Welcome to the podcast. Young in Love.
Okay, so we're going to delve right into today's gist, and we're discussing sexual harassment. And so I have a friend visiting me. He's Ghanaian. I will let him introduce himself, but we met on Facebook. That was 2000, as you said, 2012, yeah, 2012
yeah,
or 2013. Yes, I don't really remember how we met, but Facebook is always suggesting people, like people you may know, and voila, we became friends, and we've just been texting on Facebook and then WhatsApp. Mm-hmm. Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, chat on Instagram.
Okay, so Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and he's been a really good friend. I remember towards the end of 2020, because we've been talking about like studying abroad. He lived in Ghana and I in Nigeria, and the next thing I knew, this guy had gone to Germany. I'm like, no, you didn't say anything. Once.
For me, it was kind of impromptu for me because
there's nothing. There's nothing that's impromptu. It was planned because you went for visa interview, didn't you?
Yes, so I did.
How is Jackpot impromptu?
Because what I did not think I was gonna get the visa, and like for me, it was like within a short period, like everything worked out. Like. Okay, because and even coming here.
You not introduce yourself.
Okay, so
long story short, he went to Germany, and then the following year, I'm like, let me also come to this Germany safe and see what's up. So I came here and we are both like studying. There's been no time, and so today he made out time to come and see me in this city. Free of charge. I will not say it's such a huge sacrifice because you didn't pay money to come and see me. So the government of Germany has decided that
thanks.
Students
thanks for announcing that.
Can travel to any city in Germany with their student semester ticket, at least ID card.
Student semester ticket,
semester ticket for free. So to put this in perspective, I'm using in context. If you were in Nigeria and you needed to travel from say Port Harcourt to Abuja with certain public transportation, you wouldn't need to pay a dime. All you need to show is your student ID card and boom, you're on the move. So it's not such a big sacrifice anyways that he's coming to see me.
It took me 4 hours, but okay.
It's just a sacrifice of time. So yeah, thank you for coming. And so before I go further, I'll let him introduce himself. He will say his name, and if you have business or market, now it's time to sell it. Tell them to patronize you.
Okay, so currently I'm not having any business or market online, or anywhere else. So yeah, my name is Gideon, and I'm from Ghana.
Gideon from Ghana,
yeah, Gigi. Yeah, and I'm currently studying Masters in Development Studies in Germany here, in a small city called Bayreuth,
Bayreuth.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's me. And
all right. So we were gisting, and then he mentioned something that a lady did to him. I'm like, hold on, this is a good podcast episode. So let's do it. And this is impromptu. This is not planned. I just grabbed my mic, grabbed my phone, grabbed everything, like we're recording. And so this is it. So we're going to be discussing sexual harassment. And how do you define sexual harassment? Sexual harassment.
It's like how do I put it? Sexual advances towards that unwarranted sexual.
No, they say when you're defining a word, you don't use the same word.
Okay. So unwarranted seduction.
Unwarranted seduction.
Yeah. Like someone seduced, like an unwelcome seduction. Yeah.
Is it I'm looking at seduction in a different way. I feel like seduction might be a part of sexual harassment. Unwarranted seduction might be a part of sexual harassment. But I feel like it's too far, because they are very sublime things that people do that could pass as sexual harassment, but not necessarily seduction.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, comments.
Yeah, those comments and stuff like that. True. So can we get like a milder, a more general definition of sexual harassment?
I'm not supposed to use the word sexual,
Yeah,
sex
no,
in
you're
it.
not.
So that's why I went directly to like seduction. But yeah, so basically, comment, text, anything that kind of directed to you that is not
Welcome.
welcoming to you.
Okay, so one key thing I'm picking out now is that sexual harassment involves an unwelcome act
Yeah,
or word, right?
yeah.
Okay, so sexual harassment, this is from Wikipedia, so no big deal. Sexual harassment is a type of harassment involving the use of explicit or implicit sexual overtones, including the unwelcome and inappropriate promises of blah 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 blah. This one says it is unlawful to harass a person because of that person's sex. Harassment can include sexual harassment or unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical harassment of a sexual nature. So I'm thinking that the two elements, right, that should comprise sexual harassment, one, it's unwelcome, and two, it should be of a sexual nature.
Yes.
So it could be words, it could be actions, or even maybe inactions.
Inactions actually also is, yeah, because
But inaction is like not doing something.
not doing something, you know. But I guess, you know, your position can also be like, yeah, but
Your posture.
your posture, yeah.
Give an example of that.
Come on, like you see a guy sitting there like minding his own business, then one lady just kind of showing a bit of flesh, you know, knowing definitely well that come on, at times they at times some ladies actually know what they're doing, you know. They just try to feed off your
So you're saying you're talking about the lady now trying to seduce.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on from that. When it comes to sexual harassment, right?
Yeah.
Who are the victims?
Both male and female.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Just that our society has put it in such a way that it's mostly females who are victims of sexual.
You see, our society has put it.
Yeah.
But it's reality. It's true that men and women are victims, but women are mostly victims more than their male. I mean,
yeah,
like,
cause you know, when a female is being sexually harassing, like is harassing you sexually, she does not really notice it, or even if she does notice it, she feels like, okay, you are the guy, you need to be strong, like, or you know, that kind of, how do I put this?
what's the percentage of male to female victimhood of sexual harassment?
I cannot be certain of that for sure, but I found something on online here that says that so it was a survey that was done by a non-profit organization called Stop Street Harassment, and it said 81% of the women they interviewed or had the survey with claimed to have been sexually harassed during their lifetime, and 43% of men also claim to have also experienced some form of sexual harassment during their lifetime. So, yeah.
So that's to say that women are victims, right? I mean, more than the guys. But that doesn't mean that there are no male victims of sexual harassment.
Yes.
Why is it that guys hardly speak up and speak out the way that women do? So, what is it about men that keeps them from talking when they're sexually harassed?
It's not like kids. Like a guy will be working with a girl. A guy might be taking a stroll with a lady, and will put the hand around the lady's neck or waist. The lady can claim that to be like sexual harassment, you know. But if a girl does that to a guy whilst they're working,
are you talking about two people who are familiar with each other?
Familiar, yeah, because it also happens. Sexual harassment also happens between like two familiar people.
Okay, so we're not talking about sexual assault,
yeah,
or abuse. Talking about sexual harassment.
Yes.
So let's say these two familiar people are in a relationship and they are walking together on the street. If a lady should put her hand over the guy, or the guy should put his hand over the lady, that wouldn't pass for sexual harassment.
What if the lady does not want to be have that kind of, doesn't want to be seen in that position with you in public, does not feel okay with you doing that in public?
What we're talking about now, since they're in a relationship, is public display of affection.
Okay.
So everyone is not cool with that. But let's use another example that fits.
Okay. Then I would draw on my experience.
Okay. Let's hear it. That's the juice.
Okay, so for me, I've had I think not once, but I think twice or three. More than 2 experiences of this. And the catchy one was when I was at a party. This Spanish lady came up.
A party here in Germany.
Yeah. This Spanish lady came up to me.
A Spanish lady?
Yes.
Okay.
And apparently I was in my sweatpants, and she just came like, hey Gideon, can I ask you a question? I was like, okay. Like, how long is your dick?
What? Just like that?
Just like that, no filter, nothing.
So a lady would just walk up to you and ask you, how long is your dick? Just like that.
Just like.
Did you know her before that day?
Yeah, I know her on campus. I see her. We party together with friends. Yeah, but that day, I was actually really shocked. Like, okay, for me, in my mind, my answer was like, we can go somewhere too. If you want to experience, if you want to like really know how, we can just find some place,
so that she can know how long.
So she.
So you were not willing to tell her. You wanted to show her.
Yeah.
Hey,
come on! How can I tell you? I don't like. Yeah, I don't go around like picking a ruler, measuring. So
hold on. If something happens that is sexual harassment, but the recipient or the victim, right, welcomes it, I don't think it's sexual harassment again. In your own situation now, you were willing to go show her. Don't forget that one element of sexual harassment is it has to be
unwelcome.
So when you welcome it with statements like that, is it still sexual harassment?
See, so this was what happened after she asked that question. I was stunned. I was like,
you were shocked.
I was shocked. Yeah. So the harassment just hit me over there at that point in time, and I was like confused. As to how to answer her. Yeah, so that was when like in my I just this random thought just kept running through my mind that, okay, should I tell her this or so I just and I felt uncomfortable, so I was like,
oh, you were uncomfortable.
Yeah, because
okay.
it was also in the presence of people, like, okay, yeah, a friend was also standing close, and I know he actually really heard what the lady
heard that.
Yes, yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't really know how long it is, and it also depends on the lady. The lady kind of.
What was your response? Was that what you told her?
Yes.
You told her you don't really know
how long it is. Yeah, because I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was in that state. Like my mind was thinking something else. You
were definitely harassed. you were definitely harassed. So when you said you didn't know how long it was, what did she say?
She kept probing like to know. So like she was like, so don't I know how long? Like, is it? I think she even made an example, like tried to with her hand. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, is it big? Is it like? I was like, I just said that I found my mark this time around. Like I was shocked. Like I was like, I did not expect that.
Yes.
So
how did that conversation end?
Well, she kept asking, and I was like, I guess keeping her giving her this vague answers like, I don't know, depends on the lady.
So hold on. The length of your dick depends on the lady. How is that?
Like that's what I'm trying to say. I was
thinking your answers through.
I wasn't thinking. Yeah, of course. I was like, yeah. A lady might see someone's dick to be a bit short, but I would say that, okay, it's not too long for her. I was just making these random assumptions. Yeah. So she just kind of like, I didn't really give her the answer I think she wanted. Yeah. She was like, okay, and she just turned. and just went to her friends like
Just like that.
So
Wow.
when she left, my friend just turned to me like we both just started laughing like at that point in time.
What did your friend say?
So you see the thought that was running through my mind. He was like, you could have just asked her to go to the washroom or like just behind the building and you can show her or like let her experience it.
That's what your friend said.
That's what my friend said.
So do you see the difference in the way that guys handle sexual harassment from the way ladies handle?
Yeah.
If it were two ladies, imagine I'm just in a party standing or dancing or something and some guy would walk up to me and ask me, how big is your breast? Or how big is your bum? Or how big is your this? And I had a friend standing by me. Both of us would team up and attack him. When I say attack, I don't mean like maybe physical.
Yeah,
like what the hell? What's your big? Do you understand? Like,
why would you ask that question?
Yes.
My friend was actually like, he was just like an observer, just
silently watching, seeing if you will fuck up, like representing well.
Yeah.
I think that this is the difference. The way that we handle these situations makes it different. Because if sexual harassment would happen to 3 guys, out of the 3 guys, 2 of the guys would be welcoming participants in the in quote harassment.
Yes.
Right? They would welcome. If a girl were to just walk up to you and give you a peck or kiss you, a pretty lady and all, I don't think your first response would be, what the hell? Why did you do that? Or just like slap her or hit her or whatever it is. That would not be your first. But for a lady, I know in Nigeria, I have a friend. She was walking out of the class and this one guy, and what did he do? I think he was chewing gum and then he spat the gum on her bum. She was walking out of the class and the gum in his mouth, the chewing gum, right? He spat it out on her butt.
Like, okay.
And the moment she felt it land, she turned, and as she turned with a slap.
Oh my God.
On his face. That was one of the most embarrassing scenes for a guy that I ever witnessed.
Wow.
So that's the way ladies, in fact, commenting on our beauty in some situations might, imagine I'm going for a job interview and then the first thing the person is telling me, if he's a guy for example, is that, you're such a pretty lady. I will not expect to get that kind of compliment in that moment from my interviewer. You understand?
Sure.
So, and in my head, I'll be like, you understand? That could pass as a form of harassment because I wasn't expecting it. And the important element that we've established is that it is unwarranted, it is unwelcome, right?
Yes.
And so I feel that the way guys handle sexual harassment, I think accounts for why the statistics is kind of tipped in favor of the women. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Understand.
You guys are more, even though we've defined sexual harassment as unwelcome act of a sexual nature, when you decide to now welcome it ceases to be, I feel like it ceases to be sexual harassment. See,
like the thing is, we decide to welcome it. You know, the thing that you'll be like, okay, this actually happened, like after everything, the whole incident, you'll be like, okay, did this thing just happen in front of me?
Was that the first time it was happening to you?
Okay,
or you have other experiences?
I have another experience, and that was okay. This was actually the second. This was actually the second. The first was with we were in this bar drinking, playing games, these card games, and I think one lady had to ask. They had to ask a lady one question between the 3 guys who were there, who would she love to like be with, and the lady who was supposed to answer the question did not answer the question. It was another lady who answered like, okay, I know you would choose Gideon. And I was like, why? He's like, yeah, because Africans have big dick. I was like
she said because Africans have
big dick. Yeah. I was like, that same.
You were embarrassed.
Yes, like just I guess we are group of friends sitting there, and I did not know how to like respond to it again. Like you see, because I was shocked, and because we are a group of friends, I couldn't also voice out, say, hey, you cannot say that. I was like,
but that's the thing, you can. You see, these are limitations that you guys put on yourself. You can. if you want to stop being harassed in that kind of way.
The thing was that it was the birthday of one of our friends. Yeah, it was actually the person who made that comment. It was actually her birthday.
Okay. But see the thing, I don't think it would be the same for ladies. If a guy were to be celebrating his birthday and, well, it depends on the energy between the friends, right? Yeah. If a guy were to be celebrating his birthday and a group of ladies are there and then he made a comment like that, oh, you would go with this girl because Africans have big breasts or this thing. I don't think the ladies would spare him that day because it's his birthday.
True.
I don't think ladies would make an exception just because it's his birthday. Oh, it's your birthday doesn't mean you can make comments like that. So I feel that from the points that you guys start speaking of, regardless, you teach women that it's not okay to do these things. Even when it comes to concerts in Nigeria, for example, guys would be upstage presenting, and you have girls trying to fill up on them, right from the stage. Like, these things are not okay, and I'm actually happy that some of these male artists are beginning to protest, stuff like that. The women took it upon themselves to educate you guys that we're not okay with this. We're not okay with you complimenting us at work or talking about the size of our boobs or the size of our hips or whatever. We're not okay. And now a good number of guys are picking up on those hints that it's not okay to do these things to ladies. They don't welcome it. They don't like it. It's sexually harassing to them. You guys only know that because we are speaking up. If you would even go to a market in Aba, in Nigeria, for example, you can just be walking and all these guys will be dragging you. Come buy markets now. You know, trying to hold you. Those things are like, we don't like them. And some of these markets guys, they know. It's just, who's going to beat them at the end of the day? So it is your responsibility as a guy.
Like, see, at times.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Let me not forget what it's your responsibility as a guy to start changing that narrative, right? That you ladies harass guys sexually. It's just the way you handle it now makes it seem less of an harassment.
True. That's what.
Except of course you're enjoying it.
Not enjoying it. Like that was about making an example. Like even like between friends, you see a lady will just go about like smack a guy's ass and grab it.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, so if I smash your ass and grab it in that same way, will you feel comfortable? And she'll be like, you can't do that.
You see, that's double-sidedness.
See,
tell her, you educate her that this is what is good for the goose, also good for the gander. So if you can't smack my ass, if you can grab it, then I can do to you the same thing.
So for me, for some of my friends and who like female friends who like times hitting my chest, I told them point blank, hey,
you need to stop.
I didn't say you need to stop. I was like,
oh no, you don't want them to stop.
See this. I want them to stop, but this is what I said. If you hit my chest, I'm also gonna hit your chest and grab that as well.
And so, did it make any change? Did they stop?
Yes, they stopped.
Okay.
Some stopped. Some still do. And at times I also retaliate to them. But like, if you get angry, I'm like,
hold on, you retaliate? What do you mean? Like they touch your chest and you touch them?
Okay. For the one I remember, for the one I know, I did was she smacked my ass. I was like, okay. I was like, hit her from smacked her ass from that. But like, she's like, why did I do that? Like, you just did a similar thing to me. I did not complain. So why are you also complaining now? Because besides, I've already told that if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you.
So what did she say then?
She was like, she doesn't like that kind of game. Like, good. If you don't like that kind of game, you keep to yourself. I also keep my hands to myself,
So right after that, what changed in your friendship with this lady?
We're still cool.
Yeah, so does she still touch you right?
No.
Exactly. So it still boils down to what I'm saying. You have to, and I'm not saying all the guys out there should instantly retaliate, What I'm saying is, take the time to tell these people that it's not okay to do that and be serious about it. Because if you're smiling, why did you do that? Oh my god.
That's like okay, like you lead it and lady owner, keep doing it, I like it,
Yeah, so you have to be serious about these things because we ladies don't take those things lightly, right?
Yeah.
So and then because of the way we've handled these situations, we have taught a good number of guys how to not sexually harass us. So if you guys keep laughing about it and joking about it and welcoming those harassing acts, we're not going to learn. Because I know a good number of us are touchy people. I know someone who's very touchy. She likes your tie or your suits.
Yes,
and it's from a very good place, right? She has absolutely nothing in her, but she just comes up and, oh, your tie is so good, your suit, and her hands on your chest.
Yeah.
Some guys may like that, I do not know. But for the others, you will when you look at their faces, you will see how flushed they look, how embarrassed, why are her hands on my chest? You understand? So it took a while to babe, you don't always have to put your hands on them. You can compliment the tie from a distance, right?
We were at a party once, and this guy, we were all trying to let him dance because he was really shy. Then this lady was like, okay, so if his others just went started grinding on this guy, and you could see the guy turn red.
Why did he walk? Excuse himself from?
Because I think we also placed him in that because we all wanted him to also have fun, dance. But things got out of hand, and the lady jumped in front of him, grinding.
To grind him.
Yeah. So I was I think after I was yeah, sorry about that. I know you. I could see from your face that you did not like what just happened, but
I feel when you don't, this is still the point I'm making, right? Guys, you have a responsibility to speak. Sorosoki, speak up. If you keep entertaining these things, it's not going to stop.
This thing is almost similar to domestic violence in the house, because it's every time the ladies complain, you barely see guys complaining that they've been violated in the house or something.
That's what we're saying. We're encouraging guys to speak up. You guys suppress a lot of emotions. That's what I think, because you're growing up and they say, why are you doing this? Don't you know you're a boy? Or men don't cry. You are, I think the way they raise guys is that to suppress emotions. And you guys will implode at the end of the day. So starting from you, the change begins with you, one person at a time, right?
Oh yeah, for me, I already have my change.
Good. So encourage other guys. If you were to witness another guy, your friend, getting harassed, I'm not saying do freedom fighting work or whatever, but you won't do what your friend did. Be a silent observer, or just say, guy, represent me and go show this babe how it's done. No, if he's looking embarrassed or something, and let's say the lady walks out, you can ask him why didn't you speak up? If you were not comfortable, you could have told her that you're not comfortable with what she's doing. That way you're not putting pressure on him to, in quotes, represent. Say, guy, you form my hand. Some guys will tell you form my hand.
Just like my friend did.
Babe, they touch you, they behave like say you don't know what to do. And so you don't know what to do. See this pretty babe trying to talk.
And
that person.
He actually spread this amongst our friends.
And then they will laugh at him.
Yeah, he was Gideon had this opportunity,
he called it an opportunity.
Yeah.
Whereas it's sexual harassment.
He just was we went to a party, this girl came to Gideon asking how long the day was. He could have just sent her somewhere, but Gideon was just there just talking trash. I was I thought I wasn't talking trash. I was actually confused at that point in time.
Exactly. So don't be that friend. Even though we say the change starts with you, it might not be you the next time. It might be a friend. So don't put that kind of pressure on him. And that's not the story to spread to your other guy friends. So they will now use it as this Jew guy, this JJC,
this boy,
we know sabi waiting to do, stuff like that. So don't be that friend. Don't be the person to put pressure on guys that are sexually harassed. And before we round up, do you have any advice for ladies who, sexually harass guys? Because sometimes they don't even know that what they're doing is sexual harassment.
Yeah,
so do you have any word of advice?
That's like, if they don't know, how do you
can just start by listing some of the things that come off as sexual harassment to you and some other guys.
Yeah, so basically just like these comments, like guy having a big dick, like just putting out there in front of a person. Yeah, these are all kind of harassment towards guys, like being in public, trying to rub your hands over the chest of a guy, down his torso, you know, these kind of
spanking the butt of guys, and all. Okay,
it kind of puts the guy in a weird position, like doesn't know what to, like it's quite uncomfortable. Unless probably the person is really cool with you doing that, but if it's your friend or someone you just met, or you shouldn't just go directly just doing that to the person, because you don't know how the person will take it, you know.
Whether you know how the person will take it or not, like just keep your hands to your ladies. Now I'm speaking to you directly. This is your fellow lady speaking, okay? Keep your damn hands to yourself. No, your hands are not damn, but like just keep your hands to yourself, right? Whatever it is, see, this is the golden rule. Apply it. Whatever it is that you do not want done to you,
do to others,
please do not do it to these guys. The fact that they are not talking, the fact that they are not speaking, the fact that does not mean that they really welcome what you're doing. You can give compliments without touching. You don't need to go grabbing the butt of any guy, no matter how enticing it looks. Please, sisters, keep your hands to yourself. Thank you. Any word of advice for the guys? I mean, who are victims of sexual harassment?
Well, yeah, they should at least try to stop the ladies when they do that. Like voice out, like you already said.
So
tell them like, please, I'm not really comfortable with this. Don't do it again. Yeah, just try to let them know. There are some things they do to you that comes off as sexual harassment, and like you don't really feel comfortable with it, so they should actually stop.
Good advice. So gentlemen who are victims of sexual harassment, I mean, I decided today to talk about the guys because we have countless content about women who are victims of sexual harassment, and it's true, we know that women are usually the victims, right, more than guys are victims, but I'm taking this time off for the guys. I always have the gentlemen at heart. The other time I did an episode on penile fracture, your penis can break. I've done an episode for guys where I said you're still a man. There's an episode, you're still a man. So I have you guys at heart. So I'm also doing this one for you. I think it's very important that when you feel sexually harassed, you speak up. Like Gideon here said, he told his female friends that whatever it is you do to me, just bear it in mind that I'm retaliating, I'm doing it back. And that has curbed a lot of excesses on the part of some of his female friends. And you can adopt the same strategy, right? Or you can just make sure you tell them in the moment that
just tell them first, because to be honest, just tell them.
Inform them that going forward, if they would do this to you, then they better be ready to, have it done to them. So the summary of what we are trying to say is speak up. We know that guys are sexually harassed in their numbers, but you guys are not speaking up. So maybe that accounts for why the statistics, they are tipped in favor of the women. So
guys, the phone body.
Speak up, and I think you will see the change that you want. That's if you want this change, because some people say that they don't mind how girl go come talk to me, touch me, I go now opportunity. You see, Gideon's friend called it an opportunity, right? But for those of you who do not see it as an opportunity, who actually find it really sexually harassing, speak up. Okay, Gideon, say bye.
Bye guys.
Do you want them to be able to reach you? Like, if you don't mind, of course, you can drop your Instagram handle.
Okay, on Instagram I am Mr_Subs.
Mr_ what?
Subs, SARPS.
SARPS. Okay, I mean, what's going on your Instagram? Because we don't want to see boring account.
No. It's just me and sometimes the life of the party. Yeah, trips,
Okay, trips. Okay.
Yeah, doing this, doing that, yeah.
Okay, thank you for being on my podcast. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Young in Love podcast. Thank you for listening to this episode of Young in Love. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you did, you can rate us and write a review on Apple and Google Podcasts. Feel free to like our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram at YoungInLove_podcast. Share this podcast with your family and friends. Subscribe to Young in Love podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support Young in Love podcast, you can do this on our Patreon account by visiting patreon.com/YoungInLove and making a small monthly donation of as little as $1 every month, or even bigger donations as you feel led to. But hey, if you cannot make any donations, that's fine too, because besides just money, Young in Love podcast has thrived and will continue to thrive on the prayers and good wishes of good people like you. Until the next episode, bye and be good.
Young in Love.